side shift, huh? Ah! Yeah!
Side stand. Where'd you hit the kill switch?
Got it. Put it in. Hold on. Right. You got it.
I'm gonna stay out the way.
Oh, yeah.
Not the normal intro at this point in time. What's going on, guys? So today's episode is going to be slightly different than Chase expected. I got a call yesterday. Today's the day we're going to film episode 2 of season 3. I was expecting our motorcycle to be delivered maybe at the end of the day on film day. And I got a call the 2 days before filming, and it was a very nice lady, and she was saying that, hey, we're gonna be in Georgia the night before you're filming. We're gonna be getting in late, so we wanna know if you wanna, like, the bike will be able to be picked up. We'll drop the bike off the morning of filming day, Sunday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I was expecting to not get the bike the entire day and maybe I was expecting to have to tell you guys later that night that the bike got here. She was like, no, we're gonna be in town the night before, and then we'll drop it off the next morning. I was like, oh, okay, cool. What time? Like, what time should I expect it? And her response was, as the sun rises. Are you Gandalf right now?
Look to my coming, at first light on the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east.
Anyway, the good news is, in today's episode, it will begin with the motorcycle. The bad news is Chase didn't get much sleep last night because when somebody says, as the sun rises, like, you assume sunrise, but like, when on sunrise, you know what I mean? So like the whole night I was freaking out, like, what if I don't answer my phone, or what if for some reason my phone doesn't go off? So like every hour, literally, I can remember the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I can remember every one of those hours as I tried to sleep last night. So Chase might get delirious at some point in today's video, but hey, it should be a good one. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep a couple hours before the guys get here. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Man, wasn't that cute? Wasn't he so tired? Gosh, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome to season 3, episode 2 of Wrecked Bike Rebuild. I am the new Chase that has got a couple more hours of sleep, and we have a motorcycle. I almost said brand new, but Lord knows it ain't brand new. Right outside that garage door. So, Brian and Luke should be here in a minute. When they get here, we'll get the bike in here. What we're gonna start off with is assessing the motorcycle to see what we got going on. Y'all know this camera, I just can't. So what we have going on in today's episode, the main thing to do is find out how bad the bike is, show you guys the bike, and maybe start taking some stuff off. I don't know, it kind of depends on what the bike looks like. So anyway, whenever Brian and Luke get here, we will get this thing started, and hope to God the frame ain't cracked again, because Lord, that threw us for a loop last time. Alright guys, we got Brian and Luke in the garage. Y'all, I've been teasing these people, hadn't shown them the bike yet. And we were all out looking at the bike a second ago, and Brian's like, hey, before we roll this bitch in here, like, this thing's got to move. So Brian, why are we moving this thing?
We're moving this away from there, because the bike is so wide with the crash bars and the handlebars on it
Yeah.
that we're gonna need a little extra room.
So this is like sport bike situation.
Yes.
So the first garage modification is moving the lift this way.
Yeah.
Is it that wide? Like, I didn't think about it.
The bars are wide. As they sit right now, the bars that we finish off with, I don't think are going to be quite as wide as what's on there. But as of right now, it's a big bike. It's got a big wide engine. It's got crash bars on it that hang off the side too. The bike itself is going to be as wide, if not wider, than the lift is now. So
Some would say, oh, she thick.
someone said what?
So, oh, yeah. Okay. That was... Yep.
I'm all about productivity, you know this.
Yeah. This is one of the situations where I would typically feel bad that I've never used the front of the lift as a handle to move the lift, utilizing the back two wheels.
Dude, I told you, you only gotta be 10% smarter than the object you're trying to use.
I'm gonna go grab a tripod on that one. Okie dokie. Brian, you've missed Wreck Bike Rebuild, haven't you? I can tell.
I actually have. I enjoy doing this.
Okay, so is this as low as this can go?
That's it right there, buddy. Enjoy.
All right, so what tire is flat? Did you say
The rear tires.
Do you want me to adjust those?
Nah, I ain't scared. All right, we're gonna drive this. Here we go. Hope you guys are ready to see a beautiful motorcycle.
Stay tuned for Garage Repair episode 4.
Let's hear the beast.
You want me to turn the camera? I know, because it's outside and people know where you live and I'll show up and be like, yo, what's up, Chase? I love you.
I can't hear you with this loud beast. Oh yeah, so this is bent like that. So you gotta shift when you hang.
Oh, suicide shift, huh? Ah!
Yeah.
Side stand. Where'd you hit the kill switch?
Got it.
Put it in. I want to get this up
Hold on.
so bad.
I got it. I'm gonna stay out of the way. Oh yeah. Oh, now you're in trouble. That was alright. We got this. There it is. Oh yeah. This is holy shit. She thick.
Demonetized.
Demonetized. What? Alright. I'm
hot.
good.
No, you need to stay right there.
I've got foot control.
You don't need to move. Dude, somebody had a fucking s'more barbecue on this pipe over here. It's all like.
Alright, you can get off now.
I can get. You're that confident?
You can get off.
Alright.
Yeah, dude, this Harbor Freight.
Hold on.
I want to kick Luke.
You got pretty damn close.
No.
You let it go.
Dude, I'm pressing them.
There she blows.
Alright, let's close the garage and take a
A good view of our beast.
That thick boy.
This is our 2012 Vstar 1300. Shit.
Demonetized.
What do you guys think, huh? First time seeing it in person. I saw it at 7:30 this morning, and that doesn't really count.
Little prank.
Did I put that on a little tight for you, buddy?
Wait, what is it? Oh, you're...
They pull, haha, you can't tie it down now. It's like you hit like a giant mosquito.
What in the hell?
That's exactly what happened, dude. You hit a giant mosquito. It hit right here, and then it got
The whole side of our bike.
Yeah. Okay, so just to explain what's going down now is now that we got the bike in here, step one is we like to make an assessment on what we believe happened to the bike. Me and Brian kind of did that ongoing last season where we would just find shit. So we're gonna all try to take a really good look at the bike and figure out what the hell happened to salvage this thing out, because it is a salvage title. Obviously, Home Dude went down on like the left side, like that is bent AF.
I think this was the last.
Yeah, that's like
the last impact after it hit the ground and slid it, boom, and ran into whatever that stopped it.
So you think this thing was the it stopped it from moving
Yes.
thing? because that front fender is done.
This is a little harder to do with this big bike on here.
I can only imagine. May the record show that I tried to push this up my driveway this morning at 7 o'clock. Wasn't happening. So how bent is the other side? Or is the other side even?
I don't think the other side's bent at all.
Oh shit. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then we come over to the wreck side and it is freaking like bent back. Oh my Lord God. Does anybody have any idea what happened on the right side of the bike though? Because like obviously we see that the thing went down on the left side. But then we got this thing fell off. Like, what the hell is happening?
No, there's not really any damage on this side. The little rubber piece of the floorboard's missing. Somebody could have stole that because they needed it wherever the bike went to get inspected.
Those savage bastards.
Or they wanted to see how far they could throw it.
They could have done that too.
That's what I do with it.
Good point, yeah.
Different handle?
Yeah, the gas tank has another piece over here that's bent. Not bent, but like a big old dent in it.
Ready for some good news?
Oh, yeah.
These are the same wheels that are on a Roadstar, so we can get spokes for this.
Ho! I wish I could give any less of a shit about the headlight because that thing is gonna
come off anyway.
That's gonna come off with like a drill, the little cutting and the what is the spark thing? The spark the
grinder?
Yeah, grinder. That was the word I was thinking. What are we thinking, Brian?
I don't see any frame damage anywhere.
That is the best news I've heard all day long.
A little scuff in the swing arm. That may have been what actually totaled it.
Oh.
Because it's, you know, all the other stuff plus the swing arm, and swing arms are expensive and
yeah,
they're time consuming to change out.
What is this alien material right here?
It's called Great Stuff, or maybe some Gorilla Glue, or...
Why the hell would some...
Because these factory blinkers are not the best, so this thing has probably been knocked off for a long time, and then it was glued back on, then after the wreck it knocked it off again. Instead of having them dangle down here, they just tied them off.
I just saw these pro level LEDs.
You like that?
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to replicate this. Oh my gosh.
There's two of them.
Don't breathe any of that in.
2 whole rows.
Oh gosh.
So it's like tail light.
Oh no. No, Brian, now it's not road legal. Oh. Oh wait, this is belt driven too.
Yep.
Wait, what's this? Can we?
It was a zip-on for a saddlebag.
Man, and they didn't even throw the saddlebag in. What bullshit.
You can get the windscreen in. The windscreen it's got quick release windscreen now. Where's the windscreen?
They showed the windscreen in the picture too.
Dude, we're sending this back. It didn't come with the saddlebags. It didn't come with the windscreen. Like, what are we supposed to do with this? Uh-oh, what?
You guys already saw this, right?
What?
This thing got smashed into that thing?
this thing got smashed into that
Yeah,
thing?
cover's no big deal. I don't even know if it got this one.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's just this cover that got damaged, so.
Oh, that's just like a cover that pops on and pops?
Yeah, this is a cover, and then behind it is the cap to turn the motor over by hand. And then here's the inspection for the timing cover is there too, so
gotcha.
It's all behind there, and they just put a nice little pretty cover over it, so you're not staring at those caps on the side of the engine cover.
See, this is so interesting with motorcycles. Like, when I look at a sport bike, I kind of know what I'm looking at, but like, you're talking about turn the motor over by hand and shit like that. Like,
do that on the sport bike too, like you're adjusting valves and stuff like that. You need to.
Yeah, these valves that you've talked about for a while, Brian. I don't.
Never seen them before.
I know you keep using these words like valve, timing, and shit, and I'm like,
Dude, this place got some clearance back here.
Oh, we're gonna have to slam this.
Yeah, I've been looking at photos for bobbers, and there's. Oh my good lord.
Wait, I can put my.
Oh my god, you can put your entire full throttle in, up underneath.
Sponsored by Full Throttle since Killcliff never called us.
Killcliff is gonna call us. Don't give up on them yet. I've been looking at images of bobbers this morning just to get myself prepped and in the zone, and I just wanted to reiterate from episode 1 that I have no clue how the hell this is supposed to turn into a bobber. So
you take all the bullshit off of it, and then only put back on what has to go on.
Gotcha. So here's the thing, Brian. We've got 2 seasons of Wreck Bike Rebuild, and the people have spoken. And one, Wreck Bike Rebuild without you is lots of complaint driven. So that's what we learned. Also, people have expressed interest in me doing more hand stuff. I know you've expressed more interest in showing me how to do
Then what we're
things.
going to do is you're going to rip this thing apart, and then you're only going to put back on what has to go back on.
It was at this moment that...
So welcome to the 37-part series of Jason.
You'll be very surprised at how fast this thing comes apart.
Really?
It's not a sport bike where there's layers and layers of things.
Yeah.
You take off the gas tank, the front fender, the engine guards, the foot pegs,
Yeah.
the seats, the side covers, the belt cover, and it's just an engine in the frame.
That's it.
That's it.
Interesting. I think this is going to be pretty polarizing, having gone from the ZX-10.
Where it took forever to strip it down. There's a pile of parts this big.
Yeah.
When we're done stripping this thing down, there's going to be a little teeny tiny pile of parts right there on the floor, and that's it.
All right, that's the spot right there that Brian was talking about. So, okay. We're going to have to get a new tank, probably, because of the dentage, right?
Well, it depends if we're going to have the tank painted. They can fill that. And just do the body work on it.
Okay. These things will be gone, obviously.
Yeah, engine guards will be gone. Floorboards will be gone. We'll see if we can't fit some foot pegs onto this thing instead of floorboards.
This is the floorboard, obviously, is this giant flat piece.
Piece that's been folded up behind this engine guard, yes.
I'm going to assume that the people watching this are like me, and terminology for sport or for cruisers are just not there.
Yeah, so floorboards, they're pretty much what they say. It's just a big flat piece that your whole foot fits on instead of just having a peg.
Yeah.
But we like pegs on bobbers because it's less is more on a bobber.
Also, pegs, that we're familiar with pegs over here. So
we can do pegs.
We're going to try to make the coolest thing out of a cruiser that a sport bike guy would like. That's the
one thing that's really killing me on this thing right now is the Regulator Rectifier being right here.
What does that do?
The Regulator Rectifier. This is...
Let me get hold of that. It regulates the amount of voltage given to the system.
Yes.
Holy
Actually, it regulates how much voltage is going to the battery.
Close enough.
So the charging system is the flywheel and stator, or rotor and stator, that are inside your flywheel cover here.
Gotcha.
That rotation creates electricity, goes to the rectifier, which turns it from AC voltage to DC voltage, because the bike runs on DC.
Sure.
And then regulates how much of that voltage actually goes to the battery, because the entire electrical system on the machine is fed by the battery, not by this charging system. So the system keeps the battery at proper voltage, and the electrical system feeds off of the battery.
Okay.
That's why when your charging system goes bad, it'll run until your battery dies.
Oh.
And then once your battery gets below voltage to run electronics, that's why it dies. That's why your charging system could take a shit and you could still get another 30 miles out of your bike before it draws the battery completely empty.
Huh.
Dude, I've been here for like 5 minutes. Don't act like it's my fault.
All right. What? I stepped on Luke's foot as the what? Okay.
We actually get to cut some shit off the frame. Stoked about that?
It's my favorite thing to do, only because the thumbnail is solid.
So here's the thing. When you start cutting shit off the frame, then you have to paint whatever part that you've just cut off.
Okay.
So are we going to...
We're powder coating this whole bitch. Whole thing.
Are we going all the way down to the frame?
Yes.
Excellent. That's what I wanted to hear.
That's what... What?
Dude, have you been drinking?
I have slept 2 hours, so...
Yeah.
Well, we'll give you a little bit of leeway.
You used to like
but
12 hours a night.
like this much.
The leeway I'm normally given is like razor thin, so...
That's what you're getting now.
All right, well, damn it. All right, so yeah, we're stripping this whole bitch down. Like,
It's going to be complete single-seater.
So yeah, the seats I saw are like super teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, it depends on what kind of seat you want to go with. Whether you want to do like a sprung saddle.
What does that mean?
It's actually kind of shaped, the curve in it almost like a saddle for a horse. And there's 2 little springs that hold it up off of the frame.
So are those the only springs for like there's no...
No, you still run all the suspension and all that stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So it's just like added comfort level.
I mean,
then.
we can absolutely just make this thing a rigid, but that's no fun for anybody to ride.
Okay, noted. Yeah, we want a cool looking
lower
bike.
the shit out of it.
100%. Now, how do you what's the process of like lowering?
Well, we'll have to see what options are available. Either somebody will make a different suspension link that will allow the suspension to kind of shift and lower down the back side of the bike.
Gotcha.
Or if we can find one, they'll make an adjustable link. And then we could lower it as far or as little.
We just do whatever we want.
We just keep going until we get to the point where shit starts hitting other stuff, and then we back it off a little bit. You know, like my frame sits like right here right now.
Good Lord.
So that's how low my bike is. We're going that far. At least that far.
That's gonna look so cool though.
Yeah, it's going to completely sling this thing, so it's going to pitch so it'll be pitched, you know, more like this, and then you know, it'll kind of change the actual line of the bike, and we'll be able to do some cool stuff with the flow of it.
That's one thing I noticed when I was looking up all the images and stuff is like this line is a much harsher angle, but it would come all the way down. I don't know if that makes sense.
If you want to follow this line.
Yeah.
You know, it's to here, but once we lower it, that line's going to drop.
Yeah. I guess that'll be the type of stuff we have to play with that as we go and kind of...
Yes. That'll help us decide what size and what shape fender we're going to do, what shape the exhaust is going to be.
Question. One thing I saw with these bobbers is, so we've got this massive thing right here, right? So I saw the little tiny seat thing you were talking about. Some of these bitches got a tiny seat and then it's just tire right behind them. That can't be like...
Is there a fender in there?
No.
Well, some people just take fenders off, and that's just how they want to run their shit.
I know, but like, what if your book bag like went a little too low, and then you're gonna be like,
bobbers are not machines that you take on long trips and wear backpacks with.
Oh, okay.
This is not only is the bike stripped down, but normally your ride is stripped down too.
Okay, so this is a whole mental shift riding a bike like this.
Riding a bobber is kind of like if you go through a whole tank of gas in a ride, it's surprising.
Interesting.
Because, you know, it's not like a sporty go carve the canyons machine. It's not a let's ride it down the highway for 1,000 miles.
It's a check my ride out.
It's a let's go make some noise and you know, show some brute strength of taking off from every traffic light and
at full speed or at full throttle.
And just, you know, pounding through gears and making lots of noise and feeling good about yourself.
I'm excited. Wait, is a Cobra Exhaust aftermarket?
Yes, it's a full aftermarket exhaust system on it already. Can't wait to take that thing off.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too big for what we're going to be doing here.
100%. So Brian, my question is, being a sport bike guy, do the tools carry over to a cruiser, or is there like...
Well, just like you learned in your last 2 seasons, you started with Ducati and you needed some tools for that, and then you moved over to Kawasaki and you needed some tools for that.
Yeah.
Now we're switching over to a Yamaha, so it's not so much that you're going to need a different set of tools because it's a cruiser, but a different set of tools because it's a different brand.
I see.
That being said, the type of work that we're going to be doing on this project, I do believe is going to call for some big boys toys.
Okay. Are y'all down with having a field trip to get big boys toys? Cause like I'm
always down for big boys toys.
Okay, cause like the whole point of this season was to go like, don't have any slow spots.
Being that we have some pretty big ideas. For this machine, if we're talking about ripping it down to the frame, powder coated.
We putting it up. Well, yeah, we got a lot of shit going on.
So we're actually not going to be able to be slow and lazy about anything.
Why is that?
Because surprisingly, all that little stuff with all the changes takes a lot of time to do. There's not a lot to do, but it's time consuming.
I see.
So that being said, what would you think about before the field trip, ripping this thing to pieces and seeing what kind of shape it's in?
Ripping it, like, what do you mean rip it to pieces, bro?
I think we should get it to the point where it's the engine in the frame on a jack strapped off onto the lift. Bodywork, exhaust system, foot pegs, brake system, wheels, drive belt, handlebars, headlight. Let's just rip it apart and see where we're at. And that'll kind of help us decide which direction we're going to go in and what kind of big boys toys are really going to be necessary.
Okay. This is one of those moments.
Ready, Chase?
No, Chase thought it was going to be an easy day, but y'all, all right, cool. If Brian says we doing it, we do it. All right, we're ripping this.
As long as you're ready, Chase, because I'm going to stand back here and I'm going to watch and laugh.
Did you have to add the laugh part, Brian? Damn it.
I'm very, very excited to see how this whole thing is going to go.
Man.
You know what, Chase? I think you're going to surprise yourself at how fast you get this thing apart.
Well, we're not trying to set land speed records.
Speed records, but you'll see how much of a difference there is.
I see, okay.
Between a cruiser and a sport bike.
All I know is I want, like, the whole point Rec Factory Rebuild Right was to learn, specifically me to learn how to do shit. I never planned on having a cruiser, but I do want to know. So
You'll learn today.
I'm gonna learn. It seems as if
you're gonna learn for the next 6 months.
it seems. Oh Jesus Christ! All right, well let's rip a cruiser apart. That's gonna be a fun thumbnail.
Different skill set.
Well, I'm happy to have that skill set. All right, boys and girls. So Brian, what do we
start with the seats?
Start with the seats. Okay. Don't even know what I'm looking at.
Alright, so the rider seat comes off with a key, and the rider seat coming off will give you access to the passenger seat.
Okay.
On this side.
On this side. I'm already on the wrong side, damn it. Okay, pretty typical. Jesus Christ.
She is saddled.
Alright, hey look, I got you a new chair. Dude, this is actually like legit, this is actually like way more fun. Okay, we have access. Clip into montage. This is probably going to take a long time. So I want everyone to know I'm putting these screw bolt things back in the holes that they came out of.
There you go.
Because
so we don't have a pile of disaster, a bucket of oh shit.
you see Brian, I try to learn one thing every season. And if there was one thing I learned in season 2, that was, you done is this our official area?
Yes.
For things? Well, the seat takes up half the freaking
You
thing.
can throw that in the trash, honestly.
Before you get started,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with the fender.
Noted.
So once you get all the bolts out of this thing, what's still going to be connecting it to the machine?
There's things falling out of here. Hold on one moment.
What kind of things are
Just springs and everything. Okay. All right, so the subframe is going to be still connected. So are we disconnecting from the subframe? Or
Yes.
is that your...
The subframe is part of the main frame, so technically this bike doesn't have a subframe.
Okay.
So it's just the rear fender support is part of the frame on this machine. But after you take all the bolts out and the fender comes off, that's still going to be attached. So we need to find the plug for that.
Light stack. Damn it.
The flashlight work, Chase?
Tell me you just turned that thing on while I was facing you.
It was facing like this, which is... Anyway.
And you just did it again.
Anyway.
You know what? I'm just gonna stand back here and just let you do it.
I'm gonna get you mic'd up from now on, and I'm gonna get you a high chair to just sit over there and just be like, yes, and now that boat.
Pair of binoculars. Or we'll have the feed from the camera onto a screen that I sit behind.
Okay, this is actually not bad.
Yeah.
Because like,
We'll tell you what, can you get to the plug that you're looking for now? Just letting that dangle?
Brian, what the hell is this?
So this little thing is called a no idea. None? Zero? I'm sure people that are going to be watching this are going to be like, it's called.
Okay, hold on.
It's a tamper-proof Torx.
So we're 5 minutes in and we're on specific tamper-proof bullshit.
But you got one of those.
Yeah, I do.
You know your little itty-bitty ratchet kit? Just bring the whole thing over, Chase, until you find the one that fits.
Yeah, obviously the T27H with the
Is it a 27? Does it fit in there tight?
Yes, it does.
Look at you. Look at
The
you.
luck of the draw on that one.
Proud of you for that guess.
Can I just point out how ridiculous I feel working on the biggest motorcycle I've ever worked on?
With the smallest ratchet.
with the smallest ratchet I own. How the shit? Ah.
No. Leave the latch on.
Almost too late.
Right here, buddy.
How you going?
See that?
What the hell did you do?
I just snapped it out of its little... Did you catch that? Alright, so here's this cable. It has this cool little tiny groove in it right there. And that groove fits into this little spot in this bracket. Alright, and then the cable comes through and hooks onto this little piece of metal. So when you pull the key, it slides that metal sideways and releases the seat latch. But just to remove this thing, you just kind of slide the cable out from behind its little groove right here, and there you go, Chase. Because we're going to need that again, and instead of ordering a new cable after you destroy it, I figured I would just do it real quick.
That was terrifying.
So now you can take the rest of that side cover off, because it's just...
yeah, the red thing is like, doesn't want to leave some home. There we go. Okay.
There's another part. Add it to the shelf.
Oh, I was trying to pull
The wrong direction.
Yep.
Okay, now you unfeed that. Real quick, you got to remember how that went back in.
Yes, I do. It went in.
Don't look at the camera wire, just look at the wire so you know where the hell it's supposed to go.
All right, Brian, I want to teach you something. Wait, this is going to be a bobber. We're going to do whatever we want, right? So we don't need, does it matter?
You know that absolutely 100% for sure.
No.
Right.
So we should prepare.
Got it. Okay. We unplug it here. It feeds back underneath the cable for this one. And then boom. And then it continues to here and goes down this hole. All right, so now...
Wait, you want to do it one more time?
No. Good. Okay. So,
take a good look at what you have here and decide on your best route of removing it. That's why you use ratchets first. If you want to be a speedster about it, you just crack it loose and then use the tool.
God!
Is that where that goes? I hope I don't need those bolts again.
Thanks, Brian. You're like the, you know how in video games in the very beginning they give you like a little helpful character, like help you along the game? That's what Brian is.
So,
oh, close enough. Okay, we didn't need those push pins. Oh, the whole thing came off. Yes! Haha! Man,
too bad, was it?
it's
How much
already
of a difference that made?
already looking bobbed out. We just dropped this thing about 15 inches and called it a day. I need gloves.
But don't worry, we're probably going to wind up cutting that whole thing off.
We got the swing arm. This is part of the main frame. What is this?
This is all mainframe. It's all one piece. It's all one big welded piece.
Okay. Is this the type of thing we're gonna have to cut this to get it off, or is it the type of thing I can bolt it off?
You cannot unbolt that.
Okay.
You can't unbolt welds.
Oh, so this thing is literally welded to this part.
It's welded together.
Gotcha.
It is the same. It's all one piece.
I can literally.
See it right
okay.
there.
See, I didn't see this part. Okay.
Gas tank.
Gas tank. So I'm assuming we got to pop these guys out, and maybe that'll give us access to more stuff.
Sounds like a good place to start.
All right.
Now, would it be better video if you take this thing apart and me not say anything and you make a big giant mess, or would you rather me stop you before you make a big giant mess?
I want you to stop before I make a big giant mess.
I'm just asking because it's all about good
I appreciate the content option. I'm gonna vote with the lack of mess priority.
Okay.
Question: where is the fuel pump located in this gas tank? Is it like?
It's in the secondary gas tank.
So, Brian, that leads me to the second question. Where would be the secondary gas tank? And where
follow the lines that come off of the gas tank.
is this the secondary?
The secondary gas tank right there. It holds about a little less than half a gallon of fuel,
Okay.
and the fuel pump is inside of it. So when this tank is empty,
Yeah.
you still have a half a gallon of gas inside your
I see.
secondary tank. Now they don't do that because it's a reserve.
Yeah.
They do it because the way the tank is shaped on the machine, it can't fit a fuel pump in it.
I see. Okay.
So the fuel pump can't run dry because it's bad for the fuel pump.
Gotcha.
So this thing will let you know when it's empty, and you're not going to burn out your fuel pump by draining this tube.
Okay.
Follow the fuel line.
Yeah, the fuel, like, I understand that. Like, if I undo these, fuel's gonna,
Yes.
yeah.
Follow the fuel line up the gas tank and find out where it connects to the tank.
This line goes to right here.
And what's there? Is that a petcock?
Looks like a little metal device. I don't know what a petcock is.
A petcock is an on-off valve,
Okay.
and this would be your petcock. So because this is a fuel-injected motorcycle,
Okay.
a petcock is not really important except for when you need to remove the gas tank.
So that little valve is literally only there to do what we're about to do.
Yes. So you'll reach up under there, kind of lift this up, give yourself a little bit of room.
Yeah.
Stick your hand underneath there, and you'll be able to feel the valve. And
Okay.
just pull it down towards the ground.
So right now it's,
Should be.
no, it's the opposite.
All right. Well, then turn it the other direction, unless somebody already turned the fuel off.
To find out,
You'll have to make a mess.
yeah, okay. Okay, so now the petcock thing is angled with the,
And it was the other way before.
it was the other way,
So
yeah.
it was probably still on, and you just turned it off. But
Okay.
there's really only one way to be absolutely positive about that, and that would be to take that fuel line off.
Okay, so,
Be ready for a mess, and if there isn't one, sweet.
okay, if gas starts coming out of here.
Just stick a hose back on.
Okay.
Just start getting the hose off. You're going to get a little bit of fuel because there's
Yeah.
fuel in the hose.
All right, here's what we're gonna
But if you take it off and gas starts pouring out of the petcock, stick the hose back on as fast as you can.
Gotcha.
So-
All right, we're gonna prep it up. All right. Okay, let's pray to the gas gods that nothing happens.
You can just, rotate that clamp so it's easier to get to. Just pinch it and then tilt it towards you. There you go. Now flip the pliers over it. And grab it with the wide part. She tilted a little too far. There you go.
Alright.
Now what did I teach you about taking rubber hoses off?
You rotate them and then you break the seal.
There you go, buddy. You did learn something.
Alright, you said a little bit's gonna come out.
Yes, you're gonna get a little bit, but if it starts pouring out of the...
Okay, yep. We're gonna shutting petcock. Okay.
Did you get the hose twisted?
Yeah, no, the hose came out and this gas was just. Yeah, can we get that door shut and the garage open, please?
I got it.
My man. Please, no more gas. No! No!
See, before it was off.
How so much gas came out?
It was out of the
first time.
line.
That much gas comes out of the line? Oh my sweet Christ. Okay.
That or the petcock doesn't work.
All right, we're shutting it. We're going in the opposite direction.
See, that time it really sounded like the petcock was open. I heard it pour.
Yeah.
First time I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Yup. Amount of chemical in my soul right now. It's terrible.
There's no Ziploc bag so I can use it afterwards.
Takeoff of tube. Round 3. God, please just come on, petcock. Come on. Okay, yes, some gas, still some gas with the petcock. Okay, so the petcock being in line with the thing, like pointing back,
Is off.
is off.
Okay.
Success. Ish. No, ish. Okay, no more gas. Hold on.
It's in the hose now.
Yeah, we're.
So now with your rags, take the hose and tilt it down so all the fuel pours
Yeah.
out of it.
We're learning. One chemical at a time. Oh my Christ.
Gas spreads real fast. It's actually not a lot of fuel.
Okay, because it feels like a ton.
There you go. You only made a little tiny mess. There's not even a puddle on the floor.
This was the little tiny mess?
Oh yeah, I mean when you make a real good mess, you're spending an hour mopping and using Speedy Dry and all
Yeah.
that other good stuff.
A good mess, you know what I'm saying? One gas line, but you said there's 2.
Right, so one is a feed
Yeah.
and one is a return. It bleeds off the excess fuel pump pressure back into the gas tank.
Okay, so one of them's like back here.
Okay, but if you look down here, this hose clamp is an odoker not meant to be taken off. And This
Okay.
is a spring clamp meant to be taken off.
Gotcha.
So this line is filled with gas all the way up to here.
Okay.
But we still have to take it off.
So that means all the gas that's in this line is gonna.
Yes.